caught out in the top, and Gyrocopter got caught out in the bottom.
All you need to know is that Stark is making the right rotations on their puck, and that's maybe going to win the laning phase for them, and that it's not our fault. Those are the two most important things about this cast. DD, Boogie. Looks like they've got him. If they play this,
Horse can't run out of it. Like all you gotta do is just catch him at the Dream Call, and you should have this.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta wait it out a little bit longer. They saw his rotation over. That's why Havos played so far back.
Yeah. But with the double damage rune, you still have Stark achieving what they want. Though they still take out the tier 1 tower.
I thought Boogie was just gonna go, like dive into the tower, throw out the orb, make sure you get that Dream Coil, as you said, because there's nothing Havos can do about it at that point. Funnick is about to pick up Blink Dagger. So this is the really big thing, right? I was talking about how Trixie wasn't sapping some of that experience. As soon as Funnick gets level 3, boom, he's able to free farm the jungle, and you can get a Blink Dagger pretty damn quickly. This is like pub level timings, you know? Having like a anywhere from 9 to 11 minute Blink Dagger is what Sand King can achieve in pubs, but the reason you can achieve it in pubs is that because no one's going to interrupt you. Everyone thinks about themselves and doesn't really think about what the enemy's doing, so you can do the most efficient thing possible on Sand King and no one will interrupt you. So there it is. Blink Dagger's up. He's got level 6.
Now I instantly just look towards the puck. They've got to slow down that Blink Dagger timing of Boogie. If they don't, then that initiation of Stark comes online so much earlier. Trixie survive. Ends up being a trade-off. Trixie almost got hit by the Sunstrike of the Invoker, so that could have easily been a 1-for-1 trade-off. But now it's Aloha that drops. Whoops. Keep your camera on middle lane. Scandal being dropped on. It's Nemphy. They don't have detection. Funnick will be able to blink himself in and go for that Burrow Strike. The charge is coming onto Boogie too, but he's got phase shift, so this won't be a problem. As the Force jumps in, but Boogie sits underneath the Sunstrike. He's still going to jaunt himself away to safety. As the Invoker dies behind the lines, of course Trixie is there. He's got his Wrath of Nature, it's going to trigger off, do as much damage as he can on the way out. Force going for the ulti! He's able to finish the job. I thought for a moment that his life bar was replacing that of the Nature's Prophet and just disappearing. But he'll end up surviving. And we hit 5-4. And our stream is back and alive again!
Alright, they really should not have been getting that Invoker kill. They did not plan very well going for that. If you're going to commit double ultimates and 2 of your cores to a kill, you better damn well make sure that you've got the resources necessary to claim that kill. The fact that they didn't have Dust there on the puck was a play that they could have been punished for quite heavily. But fortunately, Trixie pulls it out in the clutch. Gets Team Vocal behind the tower, and now they're still looking okay. I wonder if he's going to go that Maelstrom build that we saw earlier, or if he's going to go Hand of Midas. I really think he should go Maelstrom.
Maelstrom will make sense if they do really commit to this split push kind of thing. I don't know, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Midas, and then he builds for like that 35-40 minute win.
Unless you're getting like a pre-10-minute Midas,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because any item that he builds, he'll be able to any item that you get on Furion, like almost any item, it allows you to farm efficiently. Like even if you go for like the dumb Dagon first build, right? At least you're farming heroes, plus it's giving you stats into intelligence, which does increase your attack damage.
He got enough that he has a lane presence. Like you got phase boots as well as having the ring of facilities. So if he needs to, well, okay, Trixie's dead. Wrath of Nature quickly before he ends up dying. The Dream Call is holding Funnick as well as Aloha there, and Funnick's going to give up his life for this too. Trying to disappear into the sandstorm, but not possible. Lycan's actually the one to get that kill. That brings him pretty close to Roshan with both Vlad's as well as Medallion up, and no SK with an Epicenter, no call down available as well, so they're going to slip themselves inside the pit and take Roshan.
Good choice by Stark. With the Aegis, they can really start taking down tier 1 towers. That'll be the next step. Like I think Stark did okay in the laning phase, but
do you see him? Do you see him? Yeah, he saw him. They wave a Terror Magic Missile. There's still 4-1 charges as well as a Nightmare and a Brain Sap, but looks like the Bane's gonna die. And they're still only halfway through Roshan, so Nemphy and Boogie, yeah, they're getting out of here. There's one dominated creep which is coming to have a look inside the pit, and they realize the work that Lycan's been doing. This is a Midas for Trixie. It's gotta be. Because he would have bought the recipe. Yeah, there it is. It's the Midas. It's a Trixie Midas.
Oh wow, he died to neutrals.
That's it's unfortunate for Empire.
Radiant's middle tower
At the same time
is
now,
under
do they
attack.
think they can finish up Roshan? You still got Lycan Wolves watching for this.
They just forced the Furion back to like instead for 20. I think they can.
Those two Wolves are sitting there for 30 seconds. Like one inside, one outside, so they can see what's going on.
Oh, Puck actually doesn't have any mana either, so...
Trixie's gonna try and screw with him.
If they knew
that
that...
Wolf is waiting. He wants to deny. You can see it. It's just twitching for the last hit. And it actually, well, Invoker snatches the Aegis Immortal.
No.
It was actually killed by the Lycan Wolf. That is Roshan killed by the Lycan Wolf. Trixie's still gonna get locked inside of his own Sprout. The Paralyzing Cast will stop any kind of chase, but that means that Stark actually get the benefits of killing off Roshan,
Radiant's
but
top tower
Aegis
is
Immortal
under
still goes
attack.
to Empire.
I guess that could be worth Trixie's life, the fact that they got the last hit on Roshan.
Trixie didn't need to be there that close, though.
But that
because
was-
he's only sending in Trinket.
Yeah, I mean, that was a classic Trixie play, ultimately. Is the fact that he saw the opportunity to potentially get something that would have made his death worth it, and he went for it. That's the way Trixie always kind of plays. And the thing is, that's when he gets like his feeding reputation, when that thing that he thinks that is potentially gonna happen doesn't happen, and he just dies, you know, with no sort of trade-off whatsoever. Then it ends up looking like feed, and that can happen time and time again. But good read by Empire, especially if they saw that the Puck had no mana. There was no good way for Stark to contest. It's entirely down to the Puck. Boogie didn't have Blink Dagger nor the mana. Now he has, and he's actually got level 2 Dream Coil as well. This is the successful rotations by Puck have been really big here. It doesn't mean his net worth is the greatest, but his levels.
He hasn't leveled it yet. Oh, he's got level 11, but that's still only a level 1. Aloha's going to come over, and now Boogie. He throws out that Dream Coil, and it was still just a level 1 Dream Coil. Trixie's going to TP in to try and help out. As Phonic, Epicenters, he's inside the tree line, but he brings the damage in. Okay, see ya. He can't really control enough. He's trying to go for the Nightmare control. It's just not doing the work with Varlix. That Death Ward forcing Empire back, especially when Nemphy has gone into dog form with the Burrow Strike. Basically clips the heals. His heal's not clipped for long enough. He just jumps himself back out. Boogie jumps back in again. But now that Aegis Immortal expanded Boogie. Phase shifting. He needs one more attack.
Oh,
and no
nice
fear to get
play.
the kill. But he still, of course, able to finish the job. So Stark, it's still a 4 for what is 2.5. Trade, make it 5. Almost. Do the trolls just soak that up, or is it just a low? No, he's a high X-Hot.
Oh, is the Vost doing it? A Vost? A Vost?
Yeah, no.
Hey, you know, if it was any other player, I'd be like, nope, no way he completes that, but you never know, man.
Oh, can they get the Nightmare?
Well,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That.
I think they had, the range creep had vision at one point, and the lost vision had to keep running in, so. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great fight for Team Empire. I got pretty hyped about the play that Boogie made, and I kind of want to explain it. Most Pucks would like try and buy time with phase shift. They would just like leave themselves in the phase shift. Boogie knew he was dead, 100%. So he only used like a millisecond for that phase shift just to be able to interrupt the channeling of Spiritbreaker's ultimate, and keeps on right-clicking that Vengeful Spirit because he knows, like, I'm dead. I just gotta get this kill. You know, in order to make my death a little bit better. Because that team fight was damn disastrous for Stark.
What do you actually think about him going for the extra points up in Orb Rift as well as Phase Shift over getting that second level Dream Coil?
Might have been a mistake. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge Puck player, so maybe there is some sort of interaction in this game that the increase of 0.75 seconds of phase shift mean a lot to him. I'm not sure, but. Guess we'll find out. Could be something about the Invoker's like combination and the damage that's laid out, as well as the Sand Kings. Like there's a lot of AoE damage that gets laid out over a period of time. So maybe he values more in phase shift, but I think Dream Coil does scale decently enough that you should level it.
Avos is charging in, but he's actually, yeah, he cancelled on the way out. Stark have, like, this is still the concern I have. Like, yeah, okay, Team Empire's draft, their counter push has been good, their team fight's been quite nice, but Empire, I mean, Stark still have the ability just to force the issue. Like, they've taken out now 4 towers to the 1 of Team Empire's. Yeah, Team Empire does have a pushing lineup, but Stark can just do, like, inflict heavy side damage. This kind of stuff will make it a lot easier. The perfect time with the jump in, but Boogie looking for some revenge. He's got TP support coming in. He'll go for the silence on Phonics, so he can't Sandstorm out this one. At the same time, that Sandstorm's coming back off cooldown. The Burrow strike down, but Nemphy's right behind him. He's able to Sandstorm to give him enough time to blink away. The Phoenix grip on a Vorse. Nemphy, he could have kept running for Phonics. Instead, he tries to turn and just ensure the kill over on the Spirit Breaker, but no, he can't even get that. The swap out from No Fear, the deafening blast from Scandal, and then they bring back in the epicenter. Phonic on sub 100 life, still wants to go for another Sunstrike, connects. It'll be the earn charge from a Vorse that gets the kill, as Stark get heavily punished as they try to counter-initiate Empire on the top lane.
The Ags rush from Scandal really working out here. I've experienced this Ags rush. I've actually, I do not like it. I'm not a big fan. But when you have really aggressive heroes like Empire do, it works out really well because you get that maxed out Exort build really early on. So you're doing something like over 500 pure damage. That's why you saw that Furion just disappear as soon as he got hit by the charge. It was over 500 pure damage coming out from that Sunstrike. That's insane. But you have to have aggressive heroes. That's one of the big things. Otherwise, you just end up becoming too much of a passive mid laner, and you don't control the flow of the game enough like other builds on Invokers can. So, but the fact when like you've got Spirit Breaker, Gyrocopter, Sand King, we've got a fast Blink Dagger. I think the Aghanims build is great in this game.
Yeah, he's gonna have his next item soon anyway. Like he's sitting at 3.1k with that use of the Midas. So Scandal is most definitely going to still have those control items, maneuverability items you're talking about. I'm actually wondering what he wants to choose here. Like, do you go for something more like Blink? 4-staff not as viable. Maybe even something like a Necrobook would rip apart the Stark lineup, especially a Puck. But it is going to be the Blink Dagger anyway. He needs the positioning.
Yeah, I mean, if you pick Invoker, no matter what kind of build you're going for, you might as well do the haha one-shot heroes build. Especially now that your Meteor is going to do so much.
Will that charge over onto OKC? Tornado!
Oh look, Bane got one shot! Wow! Very strong hero Invoker is. Seriously, playing against Invokers as support is so miserable. So props to the professional players who have to deal with it as their job.
Do you remember the old phrase with AUI? When AUI would play things like the Skywrath Mage, and then he'd just get destroyed. Like there's nothing he could do about it. Like from range, like he just gets popped. As wow, okay, probably should have been watching that one. It's like Epicenter, Blink Dagger, Burrow Strike, FB, and
yeah, it's a very fast kill. It happens within the space of 2 seconds. If he hits the Burrow Strike, Puck's dead. Just too much damage.
But AUI always had the phrase like, "I am important." Like he would pop at the start of a fight, have no influence on the fight whatsoever, but he just sat there going, "I am still important as a support."
It's good. I mean, it's a good way to keep your morale up. When you're like, oh god, like I'm just walking around the map and Invoker, you know, it pops out of his Ghost Walk where he's running 522 movement speed and he just like throws down a combo that one-shots me and I literally have no counterplay opportunities. Yeah, it's pretty miserable.
And try to remember the hero that actually was like destroying him, because it was a one-hit. It was a one-hit kill on a Skywrath Mage. Havorst, nice ulti. And he actually used the TP too, so there's no way out this one unless he just runs it. And that option is there. They're looking for it. God, Scandal is so good. Even with that high movement speed, he still predicts the perfect position of the Lycan.
Yeah. And Cold Snap is a very good ability as well. I mean, like a hero that's supposed to have this like max mobility, but Invoker just keeps you from doing anything with Cold Snap.
Havorst? Straight TP out. Where's your stun? There's a Fiend script. He could have potentially Nightmare, but that might have given him another opportunity to maybe charge away. Best just to be safe.
Now there's a hero that has something to deal with Invoker. Boogie, I always wanted to go back to this. I felt like I explained the phase shift build badly. Because I realized he was never going to go back to a level of Dreamkai. He was going to completely max out phase shift, and that's because the survivability and mobility of Puck is key. So the faster that you get to 3.25 seconds phase shift, that allows you to always dodge damage and instantly blink away. The better, the more impact, more consistent impact your hero is going to have. Maybe there's going to be some situations, like those 10% of situations, where, yeah, the extra level of Dream Coil would have allowed you to be able to get a kill that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, but I think it's pretty rare. So now that I understood that, yeah, now that I thought about it a little bit differently, that makes a lot of sense. So.
Empire's having a little bit of a peek over towards Roshan. It was a Sunstrike scout, and yeah, he just spawned up after they scouted. So Sark have the option to try and slip in. They were going to send a Lycan Wolf in, so they understand that the big man is up. They really kind of got to get this Aegis to the Immortal. The team fights already seem to be hard enough as they are, but now that Trixie has the level 3 Necro book, they could actually have really good team fights if you can have a second. Well, then again, who would you have? Like, you just have a second Puck? Because Lycan's pretty, well... I want to use a phrase which is very appropriate but rather offensive.
Lycan is really bad with Aegis. Any transforming heroes are, but they may still give it to him just because he's the carry. I think that
just means you kind of have to like charge in at the fights without your shapeshift, let the Aegis trigger, and then use your shapeshift.
Honestly, there are no ideal scenarios when you're
like, what you want to give it to a Puck
as Lycan. Actually, I know what the ideal scenario is, Toby. You're a 7-slotted Lycan and you have Refresher in your inventory. A courier is sitting 500 units away in the trees. You go in with your shapeshift. You do your thing. You die. You come back. You pop your Refresher. You switched out on the courier for whatever real item is there. And then you use shapeshift again. That's the ideal scenario of an Aegis Lycan.
It sounds so amazing, Cap.
Yeah, almost like it's too amazing to be true. Like we've never seen it in competitive Dota. Yeah. Honestly, Lycan's just not a great hero, but you know, I think they think that Puck has enough survivability. They probably just don't want to give it to Trixie. Because if Trixie gets caught, he's gonna die again anyways. At the very least, you could say that Lycan has a better chance at surviving in his second life, even if he may not be a very effective.
He's still going to be effective in the fights, because like, I'm still looking at Stark having the ability to force the issue. I kind of feel like that's the big thing behind the Stark lineup. You've got double level 3 Necro books now.
Yeah.
Like, they are most definitely looking just to completely destroy in the team fights. And it's Necro books up against a lineup where there's only one BKB carrier. And that's the Gyrocopter. The Invoker is still going to have real problems, Aghanim Scepter or no Aghanim Scepter. Like, if he gets focused down by those Necros, you're going to have no mana to speak of and no real presence in the fight. But that's only if he gets locked down. Like, the jump-in initiation still has to come in from Boogie. And, well, he finds one. It's going to be over on No Fear. He doesn't have enough damage. Okay, he's got a Yule Scepter to cancel the TP out. No Fear, in fact, now tries to turn. There is the charge coming in from Avorst. Actually overshooting the mark. He's going over towards Varlix with the Paralyzing Cask, able to stop him. He goes for the Nether Strike, pushing him back. The Sunstrike Varlix, he's up high and up, but Boogie actually gets hit by the Nether Strike. And they all just want to get out of here. The Necro books are already triggered. And the rest of Stark do not want to stick around for that.
Looks like Boogie's going to go for the Aghanims builds. I don't mind it too much in this game because you have two very mobile heroes in Sand King and Spiritbreaker, and Gyrocopter is pretty fast as well. So the Aghanims really helps lock down these heroes. That said, I think it would also be a game where I would be okay with Scythe of Ice picked up as an early item on Puck just because it is so essential to lock down the Invoker to prevent him from getting off his myriad of combos.
Hello, Aghanims. So we have Aghanim SK now.
Radiant's top tower is under
with Ether Lens.
That's
Yeah. You know what?
This is your Burrow Strike range. Like this here is your Burrow Strike range.
You know when you're playing Sand King, you can't actually see the edges of your Burrow Strike when you have Ether Lens and Aghanim. Like it goes past the screen that you're on.
I'm actually surprised that Valve never implemented a zoom out function for the players. Because there was a way you could do it with the camera mode in Warcraft 3 Dota, that you could zoom out for it.
I think you're messing with a very baseline mechanic at that point in time that is important to the level of play. Like that is something that, if believe me, if professional players could, they would scroll out.
Yeah.
You know, that would be hugely beneficial to them. But keeping the camera zoomed in helps create the more chaotic environment that makes it all the more important.
You're not able to see everything coming.
Yeah. The professional players really shine when they have this closed up camera, you know, in one area, but they're able to still move that map around and see everything that they need to see, or still have the awareness of their map to be able to see, you know, a hero coming in from behind or something like that. I would say it's a sort of skill cap scenario.
Camera control is a pretty big thing. Like I know I watch a lot of top players, and they don't even look at the hero half the time. Most of the time they're just looking at the target they're engaging to, or the area they're going to, just in front. I remember hearing Blitz talking about like camera position, that kind of stuff. That was when he Trixie. Trixie. He was going for the trade of try and kill off the courier, and all of Empire turn on him.
What did I say, Toby, earlier about Trixie?
If he
sees
thinks it's
something that could happen that possibly would be worth him leaving away his life, Nemphy's dead, or not? Or yes, he is.
No, with a Vorst right behind him. Oh, okay, they need the Nightmare or something. Now it's going to be Stark losing 3 players in very quick succession. And giving an opening for Team Empire. Yeah, Havorst burned his BKB, but it's Havorst's BKB.
I sure hope Iron Talon gets nerfed.
It does seem a little OP.
Just because I'm an offlaner and I don't want to constantly be having a jungle. You're seeing this, like, Universe, and you see this now, like, Havorst getting an Iron Talon and a Spear Breaker. Like, most offlaners are getting Iron Talon, like, no matter what they're playing, just because it's, like, too efficient, like, the opportunities with that extra camp.
Well, yeah, because all you got to do is just walk over and you take away half of the HP of the big creep. Like, normally, you'd never even consider trying to take out the big creep because the amount of damage you take, the consumables you had to expend was just too much. Alright, Boogie, gonna jump in. He's just trying to slow him down. Lycan is 8 seconds off respawn. Breath of Nature does also tick down a lot of that creep wave, so Varus can get rid of the rest of it. As, okay, well, if at first you don't succeed, try and Trixie again. He managed to snipe out the courier. It still didn't have anything major on it, still just that smoke as well as a magic wand of Havorst. I'd like to that Havorst actually values the Iron Talon over a magic wand. Like, Magic Wand was always labeled as like one of the greatest items in the game for its cost.
Yeah, it hurts you when you have to drop off your Magic Wand. You're like, no. It's kept me alive through so many fights.
But in this case, he's willing to drop it for the Iron Talon.
That farm efficiency, man.
It's like Stark are going to head down towards the pit, but it's still another minute away until he's up.
Oh, good gem pickup by Funnick.
I mean, he's got it. He carries himself, like, or if he gives it to someone like Scandal.
No, I think he takes it because he's one of the initiators or counter-initiators, so it's always good to have it on your initiators, especially if he has a good amount of survivability, which he does. With double blinks. I don't even know how to call Burrow Strike at this point.
Yeah, what do you, like... There's got to be some level of nickname for that thing. Because it's just so big. Can we call it a Burrow-donger?
Burrow-donger?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm loath to create more memes like that, Toby. That play off of the donger meme. But that might be it. You may have just spread your legs, Toby, and birthed a new meme. Congrats.
I'm just trying to think of something which can really describe something so long. It's the only thing I can come up with.
Funny bouncing around the map with Burrow Strike and Blink.
Radiant's middle tower.
The initiation range is crazy. So it was meant to be Stark who are the ones with the double level 3 necro box that were meant to force things, but it's Empire who are coming in through the bottom. So Roshan's not going to spawn for another minute. Right, the Veggie will bounce through him. Pavos is very deep in. Like, he was back almost past the Rax area. But the Treants are taking the creep wave away. Now they can come back again, but top tower, Nemphy will take it. He can still TP back, but no, he burnt Necro Books. So they're going to try and go for some semi-trade if Stark can slow down the push. So there goes your Necro Books. Instantly, Aloha's already taking them out. Trixie, Pavos, he's still way too deep. It allows OKC to hold him in position, but the BKB is protecting him the entire time. A big Dream Call is forcing Empire to stay here, but they're very happy to remain here as well. They swap Farlix back in again. They're still finishing up the Rax. They've got the big one, which is the melee Rax. No fear, trying to run back out again. He'll drop. Meanwhile, up on top, Nemphy has taken out the range Rax only. The bottom Rax is fully done. Phonic coming in with that epicenter. He'll burrow strike into Nemphy. He needs a little bit more time. He's actually going to end up killing off Phonic. The gem is on the deck as well. Pavos will charge in. Nemphy just needs to finish up the tower, up the Rax. He's able to do so. Where is your bash? There's your stun with a buyback coming out from Phonic. Nemphy's out of form time, and now Phonic will actually just burn him down with the Sandstorm. So it ends up being a Rax for a Rax trade-off at the end of the fight. But there's a lot of money being spent by Empire. That's full AC as well as Satanic now done, I think.
I can kind of understand what Stark is going for here. They sort of hedge their bets in a way that they think that they can possibly defend with 4. And that was primarily because of the Ags pickup on the Witch Doctor. If they get a successful Death Ward that, you know, gets out for the full duration, they can actually defend 4 versus 5 without a problem. And then Lycan can take a lane of Rax. It's a huge win, game-changing, actually, and they go from there. But if it doesn't happen, then they at least trade Rax for Rax, because I think that Empire in much, much better control in this game, and trading Rax for Rax when you're behind is very beneficial. Because it just brings you closer to the end of the game on both sides, and if you're on the losing side, maybe you can pull off some sort of quick upset. You know, one bad fight for Team Empire, and all of a sudden, boom, you go straight throne, or, you know, you have 2 lanes of Rax, and maybe close to Maker Creeps.
Here comes Empire. That illusionary orb's going to cause a little bit of problems, and they kind of need a D-ward, that Observer ward, which just got planted down by Empire. So they know if Stark try to initiate in from the eastern part. In fact, they should have seen the smoke, but Roshan's already done the Burrow Strike up from Phonic, able to reach Boogie. Funny enough, that Burrow Strike can reach further than a Meteorite, but right now Spirit Breaker on the run, and he's getting munched down by Nemphy. They're going to finish the job, but do they try and turn now? You've still got a low R dance to that Flak Hand, who is working the double Burrow Strike and the double Tornado from Phonic, as well as Scandal and combo. They'll end up killing off Trixie. This Invoker is just so big. It's a 10-1-8 Scandal Invoker.
Yeah, Scandal's played this really well. Granted, he's got like a great team to set him up for success. He's got like a lot of early Sunstrike kills, which gives him the early experience to really succeed as an Invoker, but he did not drop a beat after that. You know, his team set him up for success, and he utilized that advantage that he had. So the celebratory Divine Rapier.
The glory last item of the Gyrocopter, just to screw with all the stats men that are out there. He got it before the end, so he gets to count. Did he actually sell everything to pick that up, or he didn't know he had the money? He actually had the money. So anyway, GG, game number 1 is over. Team Empire will be victorious. And one hell of an Invoker play by Scandal. What's going to happen in game number 2 in our last game of the night? We'll find out after this break.